the thing we touched on earlier is that Raflow has a lot of good offline results, and this is the first for Treetops. So that is kind of a results difference. For one player, they've already really proven their worth offline. Treetops is starting to do the same, but there's one more obstacle in the way of really showing what he's got, and that is going to be Raflow. We're going to go to game number 1 on Smashville to see how that is going to go. Last game of Pool C, Raflow versus Treetops. Oh, and it always instantly seems like those nairs are still getting in there. Good nair to backer conversion. And that's also a thing. We saw Raflow go off the stage a lot against Doxumbra as well. That is also going to be part against Min for your game plan. With the long-lasting nair, with the backer, that is a really dangerous option to recover against with a tether recovery. He just needs to make or find the right hit at that point.
Well, speaking of the right hit, we got Raflow once again showing us what he's been doing so well versus both Longal and Doxumbra, and that is these juicy edge cards. You know, Palutena has a bit of a reputation as being a kind of a basic character, but there's nothing basic about the offstage play that Raflow has been showing us. That's honestly probably one of the coolest things in a player when you're spectating, is daring offstage gameplay, and Raflow has it in spades.
Yeah, if you say your character is simple, you need to watch what Raflow is doing, because the positioning of himself in between the ledge and Raflow is is exceptionally good, and that up smash into backer is gonna seal out that second stock. It's now Treetops at his last stock, and it's only been a minute and a half. So it seems to be a very difficult mountain to climb for Raflow or Treetops at this point. There is still a possibility. It's still min.
Oh yeah, but it's still min, but he is going in the long run, my guy. We got 4 nairs and a back air, maybe even 5. I'm having trouble counting with all these nairs. And every time you think it is the moment for Treetops to escape out of his combo, Raflow seems to have a read on what direction he is air dodging in, keeping that advantage state going way beyond what is the true combo of Palutena. Even into another KO. That's a fat 3-stock. He didn't even hit 90%. Raflow, man, he is really showing us why he is the absolute king of Group C right now.
Such a dominant performance in game number 1. Such a quick showing of, yeah, I am the #1 player in our pool, and I'm gonna prove it again and again and again. So
and again.
And again. And again, no. he has to kind of rethink what he is doing. We saw against Longo there was a kind of frustration element coming through for Treetops. That is the last thing he needs right now.
Yeah,
that's the absolute
despite that,
thing.
His posture, you know, leaning on the table, hands to the forehead, his posture is telling us a different story. It's telling us a story of a little stress. What? Okay, I guess this one goes out to Gluttony. I didn't even know Raflow had a Wario.
No, neither did I.
I know Gluttony has been training up some of the younger French players. I wonder if Raflow is one of them, and he's been teaching him a little bit of the Wario.
I mean, he has the same skin that Gluttony uses for his matches.
Very astute.
Uh-oh. Oh, okay. I thought I was gonna go for a super deep edge guard, but he kind of stayed a bit more patient.
I think he wanted to, but it really looked like he already had the stock, and you know those people that have the edge guard, give him a little love tap that actually sends him towards the stage and still recover. Yeah. You don't want to be that guy. So I think he just aborted there, thinking that Raflow couldn't get back anyway.
The Raflow Wario actually really coming through at this point. 117% already, showing how dominant this character can be in the right circle in these circumstances. Of course, Wario is really difficult for Min to contest. Min is notoriously weak against characters with great jump-ins. And if there's one character with a great jump-in, it might as well be Wario. But he actually takes the first stock, getting that grab, and then the strong nair of the Dragon Arm is going to seal out the first stock.
Yeah, fantastic job by Treetops, because he was getting absolutely manhandled at the start of the stock, and to keep your composure and still come out on top as being the first one to take stock 1, that's pretty great. Unfortunately, and this has been kind of a theme in this pool, he couldn't make too much out of that particular lead, because Raflow he struck back right away.
All these platform shenanigans from Raflow are so scary, constantly dropping through, putting out a hitbox, and then dropping through again. So difficult to contest even if your frame data isn't that amazing to counter that. But to be fair, I have been seeing that a thing I find really strong about Raflow's Palutena is that he seems to have a setup for every situation and a conversion for every situation. I am kind of missing that on this point because it seems to be more raw hits into not kind of great conversions. But to be fair, that is something you get if you play something else than your main. It's still doing really good. I just want to say that.
Right. And just as you were saying that he did get a setup for one. A falling up air, but missed the waft. But he stayed cool, doesn't really need the waft. He got a beautiful offstage edge guard. We've seen that in his playstyle with Palutena. And of course, like you said, Wario has amazing air mobility. So offstage gameplay is also very much an option when playing Wario. Waits out the Ram. Very good job right there by Raflow. Fully charged Ram isn't even gonna take the stock at 150. Now he's holding out at 170. You better switch back to that megawatt. Or I guess just use a non-arm move to take the stock. You know, this character from arms, but you're using your legs to get these crucial stocks. I wonder if that's what he wanted.
The megawatt or the mega shoe. Oh, tries to go deep for the edge. Oh, okay. Kind of an unfortunate up B there. Goes again. Tries to get something with the down air, maybe to try and send him into the stage and hope that he doesn't tech at that point. Maybe Freetox can still try and get something going. He has been doing a lot better than game number 1, especially catching out Wario on these approaches. But it's still kind of difficult. The Wario half waft should be online at this point, and that's also scary.
There's the second dragon. No cigar. Another edge guard opportunity for Raflow, and he always tries for it. He's using. Because he is having some trouble with the tethers, he is using the Tappa edge guard where even if it misses, he still makes it back to stage before Freetox, so can at least try to go for a little edge guard. But so far, even those have not been working out. Oh, excellent match by Raflow. I think he should have half waft again by now.
For sure. He is at a very high percentage though, so he needs to watch out where he positions himself in the waft. Speaking of which, it's going to be a full waft actually already.
Yeah, and that's actually not an improvement because a half waft would kill with ease at this percentage. And of course, a full waft is just a little bit slower than a half waft. But still, you know, a waft is a waft. You can never say it's anything other than an amazing move. But I think he'll be looking for something else to close out this final stop.
Yeah, to be fair, he needs the opportunity to find that waft. Already busting out the air dodge, is afraid of it.
Oh,
yeah, that's yeah. Put out his second arm, but I think he got a bit flustered there. Regrab, yeah, okay.
And once again, on the cusp of victory, it slips away for Freetox. And that means we are going into game 3 with a 2-0 lead in favor of Raflow. You think he'll be sticking with Wario? Because he got away with murder right there. He won by the skin of his teeth. He had a 70% deficit.
He has no reason not to. Let's just say that. Like, he has no reason at this point not to. He is up 2-0. It doesn't really matter if he drops games at this point.
Even if he drops the set, he's probably still looking at a first seed going out of Group C. So yeah, I think you're right. You know, if he's feeling like it, if he's having fun, he's probably sticking with Wario.
But the thing that I find really scary, and it happened again this game, is the amount of times that Freetox has been caught for re-grabbing the ledge has been insane. Yes. I think this pool has happened like 4 or 5 times alone.
Yeah, I was a little impressed. I thought it looked a little bit smushy, you know, movement. It looked tight, but I haven't really seen it give him any kind of advantage, really.
Yeah.
I've seen him get clapped more because he is doing the re-grab shenanigans with the up B than seriously mixing up the timing of an opponent, allowing him to get back on stage, which is of course the point of doing those kind of ledge mix-ups.
Okay, we're currently already switching over to a new character. We have the Pyra Mythra coming through from Raflow, trying to catch another game from Freetox in order to advance.
Right, and I think Freetox might be kicking himself a little because Wario is an amazing character, but his stubby, short limbs and his low range is an aspect that Min can naturally kind of take advantage of. Of course, Wario has the high airspeed to make up for that. But in Pyra and Mythra, we both have a lot of speed. There's a lot of speed, at least on Mythra. And we have big hitboxes, so I think she's gonna have quite an easier time getting past these arms and getting the hits he needs on Min, even with Pyra, as soon as he gets him in a ledge situation, as we saw right there.
Another ledge grab situation where he re-grabbed the ledge and instantly got punished for it. It just seems to be some kind of habit that is really stubborn to get out. Such a really difficult part to properly adjust to, and these players have been punishing it accordingly so well. And then, yeah, it kind of sticks up like a sour spot. It's kind of hard. Okay, does not re-grab this time. Every time I see it now, I'm afraid because the Pyra downer is so amazingly strong for catching re-grabs. But he seems to be doing fine. Speaking of which, yeah, it's not fine in that way. It's like he is still getting caught by a lot of these Pyra hits, surprisingly enough. A lot more Pyra action than Mythra action. Maybe just wants the bigger hitboxes, the stronger hitboxes to take care of the Noodle Woman.
I mean, you need him. You really do. The Noodle Woman can be quite a formidable opponent, but it looks like that game 2 was really all the opportunity Raflow was going to give to Freetox. Just been total dominance in game 1, and it's total dominance here in game 3 as well. He is at 160% and he's playing like he's at 40. Of course, that does give Freetox the opportunity to go for a smash attack, but he is playing with zero reservations, no fear, no nerves. He is just swinging at Freetox.
Yeah. He kind of doesn't need to actually properly care at this point, let's just say that.
Oh,
because he is up, it's such a high percentage, he's up 2 games. He can kind of do whatever he wants at this point.
All the incentives, and with that all the nerves and fear are on the side of Freetox. That's gonna be a natural little advantage for Raflow. Okay, and actually takes the stock with a Mythra smash attack, assisted of course by the low ceiling of small battlefield. But Raflow is not going to leave that unanswered. He's got him stuck at the ledge, and he's keeping it out. The Megawatt Hammer is his preferred arm for taking that stock, as it should be with everyone. And a B is of course going to use the Dragon Arm instead of the Megawatt Arm. He's been doing a pretty great job juggling, but not a fantastic job at taking that stock.
He has been catching Raflow out on a couple of situations. The stock has not been taken, but he has been catching him out on that. He only needs basically one nair with either Megawatt or the Dragon to seal it out of there. Oh, reads the tech, but does not get the forward smash. That forward smash would have for sure been it, and he just kind of shocks him there.
Oh yeah, he scared him to death. He scared him to death. He wasn't even hitting him. He wasn't even throwing out particularly big hitbox. You can see it right there. He doesn't even go for an aerial. And he just scared him away. Him away. And that is gonna be the end of Group C.